I was wondering, when you took on to the movie, what did you know about Robert Durant, and what was then actually the difference meeting him and reading up before him? What surprised you most after you met him?
Well, I think is that pretty much everything surprised me, because I wasn't that keen about the events of his life. I mean, he became a legend. He's a living legend, and even when he was still fighting, he was already legendary. So I knew of the legend. I mean, I knew Manos de Piedra, Hands of Stone. That's the translation in Spanish, and I knew about this legendary boxer, but how fascinating his life was, I had no idea until I got involved in the film. So I entered this film. I immersed myself in this film with complete bare eyes. I mean, there was no preconception about who Roberto Durant was. So I think that really helped me to embrace him. I didn't know anything about the Nomas. I knew about Roberto Durant, but I didn't know about the Nomas. I didn't know about all these events, his public figure in detail. I didn't know anything about him. So I think that helped me, because I was completely new to him. And I think that it really helped me to embrace him with all, his virtues and all his flaws and all his contradictions.
Tell me the first meeting with him, with Robert, when you went down to Panama. Tell me what was.
Yeah, we went to his bar. He has a bar in Panama. He has a bar where he sings every weekend. And I went there, he sang, he asked me to sing along with him, and we got wasted that night. So that's how I met him. So it was all pure energy and generosity and celebration and fun and festivity. So yeah, that was my first impression, and that really helped. I mean, from the first day, I could see that he's a guy who really tries to celebrate life constantly, and I think that really sets him apart from other characters that I've played and from other boxers as well. He's in the same person. You can find all this rage and all this tenderness and all this celebration. All this urge to live life to the fullest and to really laugh and to celebrate and party.
You mentioned Nomas. That is the most famous quote in boxing history. So I was wondering, did he ever talk about why he said that? And what was a situation where you would have walked away?
Well, Roberto claims that he never said Nomas. I mean, Roberto says that up until this day that he didn't say those words, and he's very. I think that the absolute truth nobody will ever know, and I think that's fascinating. That informed me a lot, to build this character, and I respect it. I love the fact that he keeps his secrets to himself. I love that in boxers. I love that in artists. I love that in people. I think that it's good to have certain areas nobody can really access, which are the ones that somehow makes us unique in a way, I think. And especially characters who are larger than life, like Roberto Durant. I think that it's completely natural to them to have certain things that they don't want to share. I think that that's part of the mystery of boxing as well. It's like a magician. I said this before. You are in awe by the trick, but the trick will never be revealed. And that's the magic of the sweet science. That's how they call boxing.
The last question I have is, you worked with Robert Niro in the film, and of course he's famous for Raging Bull.
Yeah.
So how was working with this kind of another legend and plus a legendary movie?
Yeah.
So what did that mean to you?
Well, I mean, it's an amazing privilege. I mean, to have Raging Bull in your corner as your trainer. I mean, it's like how can anything top that? It's incredible. It was a huge privilege for an actor like me to have a legend. I mean, to be portraying a legend, to have such a big legend for such a legendary movie in your corner as your trainer. It's an indescribable privilege.
What advice did he give you, Robert De Niro?
No, Robert, he's very. He always procured that I was taking good care of myself, because these movies are very physical and you can injure yourself very easily. But he's a very open, generous guy. He's always, just by his energy, he's giving you so much. So it's not that he's takes you by the arm and sits down with you and said, my son, this is what I'm telling you, this and that. It's by sharing time together, by spending time together, that he informs you with so much, you know. And then it was my first movie with Robert. Then we did Joy, you know, when we had opposite characters. We are in Durant, in Hands of Stone, we are like father and son. In Joy, we are father and son-in-law who hate each other, and now we're preparing another movie that we're gonna do together. Yeah.
Thank you so much.